everyone, welcome to Emily Makes Studios. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Baby Possum. This is a pattern that I made. It's one of my favorites because I love possums, but they also do really well at markets and they're a pretty quick make, so I really enjoy that. So let me show you what we need for that. So to start out, I use typically the mainstays chenille yarn, which is basically the same thing as burlap blanket. So I'm going to use a light gray for this, as well as a pink. That's the same mainstays. And then I also have some black, and then I do have a burlap blanket that is the off-white. And so those are the four colors that we're going to use today. These are a size 6, but I just use the burlap blanket size. So those are the colors we're going to be using. And then we're going to use a size K or 6.5 millimeter hook. This is the clover one. And then we're gonna need our scissors, and then we have our safety eyes. These are the 10 millimeter, that's what I prefer. But of course you can use whatever size looks right to you, but I'll be using 10 millimeter. Then we have polyfill. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the nose, and then we're gonna go back from the body. So we're gonna start with the pink, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my slip knot, and then I don't ever do a magic circle. I always do a chain 2 method, because particularly with chenille yarn it tends to break with a magic circle. So I'm doing my chain 2 method, and I am doing 5 single crochet in that first chain. Okay, so now that we have almost finished our 5th single crochet in that chain, we're going to switch to white. So I'm going to take my white or off-white and finish that last single crochet to change my color to the off-white color. So now I've got the 5 single crochet in this magic circle, and now I've changed my color to the off-white. So now I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 5 single crochet in row 2. And I kind of push it out so that it kind of looks how I want it to look, poked out like that. Okay, so now row 2 is done. We have 1 single crochet around for each of the pink, and now we've transitioned to the off-white. So now for row 3, we are going to do an increase in each stitch around for a total of 10 single crochet. Okay, so now we have our 10 single crochet on row 3, and now going into row 4, we are going to do single crochet and then an increase around for a total of 15 stitches. So I'm going to do a single crochet and then increase. Single crochet, increase. And this will give you a total of 15 stitches. Okay, so that's the end of that row. And for the next row, we are going to do 2 single crochet and then an increase for a total of 20 stitches. So single crochet, single crochet, increase. Single crochet, increase. And we'll do that all around. All right, and now before we finish that last stitch, which will be our 20th stitch, I'm not gonna finish it because we're gonna do our color change here to gray. So we have now finished the face and we are gonna move on to the body, which is gray. So before I finish out my last stitch on this row, I'm actually going to cut my yarn. And we are going to change to our gray color. So let me get that ready. And I'm actually going to finish my last stitch of this row with the gray to do my color change. All right, so now we should have 20 stitches in our round, and we have our gray attached, so we're ready to go on to the body. So now we're going to do 1 single crochet around in each stitch for a total of 20 single crochet. All right, so now we should have still 20 stitches in the row, and now we are going to do 9 single crochet and an increase 2 times. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now after our 9th single crochet we are going to do an increase. So we'll do 2 single crochet in the same one and then repeat. So we'll do 9 and an increase. All right, so for the next row, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch for a total of 22. Okay, now we've got our 22 stitches. So we are going to do now 10 single crochet and an increase twice. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now we're going to do an increase. All right, and now we're going to repeat again. So 10 single crochet and an increase. So now we've got 24 stitches in our round, and we are actually going to take a break here to move on to our ears. So I'm just going to pull this out so it doesn't unravel while we're working on it. And I'm going to position my possum's head so that my color change is here at the bottom of its face. Like on this one, you can see where that's at the bottom, just so it looks a little bit better. So I typically like to put my ears like 2 on each of the thirds, so it looks proportional with this at the bottom. And so I'll just put this here and I just eyeball it, and I just see like I want to put an ear here and an ear here. And they're going to be 6 stitches apart. So I'm going to put my first one right here, and all you do is go behind the row behind the off-white, and so you just enter there and go 1 stitch behind it. That'll be the placement for your ears. So for the ears, I'm gonna get my black yarn, and I'm gonna, once I have my placement ready right here, I'm going to pull up a loop through there and do 1 slip stitch to get us started. Okay, so I've got my slip stitch. Now in the same stitch, I'm going to do a half double crochet. Okay, now I'm going to do a double crochet in the same stitch. Now we're going to do triple crochet in the same stitch. Okay, now we're doing double crochet again in the same stitch. And a half double crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so now you should have a total of a half double, double crochet, triple crochet, double, and half double on your 1 stitch. And now we're going to finish it off with a slip stitch. Okay, so that is 1 ear done. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn and pull that through. Okay, so that is our first ear. And the placement looks good. And now I'm going to count 6 stitches away from our first ear so that I can put the placement of our second ear on there. So you can see right here, and I'm just going to count 6 over to this way so that I can find the placement for the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that is going to be the placement for my second ear. You can check the placement right there just to make sure it looks good to you. And so we're going to do the same thing again, all in the same stitch. I'm going to pull up the black and do a slip stitch. And then we're going to do half double, double, triple, double, and half double, all in the same stitch again. So half double, double crochet, triple crochet, double crochet, and half double in the same stitch, and then finish it off with a slip stitch. And then we'll cut our yarn and pull that through. Okay, so here's what the ears are looking like so far. So we've still got our strings out there, but the placement looks great, the size looks great, everything's good. And so now we are going to deal with all of these threads that we have in here, because I don't want it unraveling while it's being played with or anything like that. So what I'm gonna do is turn it inside out, and I'm gonna pull through these black threads from the ears on both sides. So we pull both of them to the inside. All right, so now everything's on the inside, and I'm just going to tie off all of these strands to the inside so nothing comes unraveled later on. So now I have all of my ends tied together. So I'm gonna turn him right side out. Put all of his little strings down in there. And we're gonna put his eyes on now. So typically I like to hot glue my eyes on. So I wait until the entire body is done and then I do that the very last. But if you prefer to use the backs for your safety eyes, then I would go ahead and do them now. And this is also a good time for you to see what placement would be good for that because you already have your entire face made. And so usually I just eyeball it. I'll just kind of see what looks good. I'll just kind of move them around until the placement looks right. So let's see what looks good. And that's pretty cute. So I put it one row away from the edge of the gray there. So you can kind of see, I just kind of place them maybe 2 rows below the ears. So it just whatever looks cute to you. You can kind of see here in these. It's a little bit different for all of them. It just kind of depends on where your increases and decreases land. But they're all cute and sometimes they have different faces and that's okay. I think that if they all turn out different, then that's kind of cute. So this is what I'm gonna use for my eye placement. So this is a good time for me to go ahead and put them in since I'm still able to access the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my backs onto these eyes. Okay, so now we've got the eyes on. They're a little tight. And now we can continue on with the body. So I'm going to get back onto my gray strand of yarn here. And so now we're just gonna pick up where we left off. So now with our gray, we are going to do 2 rounds of single crochet in each stitch around, and we have a total of 24 stitches right now. So we will do 2 rows of 24 single crochet. Okay, so now that we have finished those 2 rows, we are going to do a single crochet decrease around for a total of 16 stitches. Okay, so at this point, I would go ahead and stuff the possum before the hole gets too small. So we're gonna take our polyfill and firmly stuff it. You do not have to overstuff it. I do think they're cute when they're a little squishy, but really you can do whatever feels good to you. I like them to be pretty firm, so I stuff them quite a bit. Okay, so now he's got his stuffing in. And now I'm going to close up the back end by doing a row of decrease around, which will give us a total of 8. Okay, so for our last stitch, I'm gonna do a slip stitch to close it and trim and I'm just gonna close up this hole. I'm gonna put a little bit more stuffing in there just to fill up that little gap there. And then I'm going to close up that gap. Pull it tight, and I'll just slip stitch that little tail closed, and then I'll just pull that inside the body. Okay. So now he's closed. I'll just squish him around to get that stuffing. All right, so here's the possum's body. Got him all put together and closed off on the other end. And now we are just gonna go on to the tail, which is our last step. And it's very simple. So we're gonna take our pink yarn, the same one that we used for the nose earlier, and I like to face him towards me like this, so where his eyes are on the top. And I look for the little spot where we closed the end there. And I'll go in one stitch above that and come out through that closing hole. So it's kind of like halfway up like that. But that's the placement I do. I just go exit through that closing hole right there and pull up a loop of the pink. Do about 20 slip stitches or to the length that you like. So this is the length I'm gonna go for. And so now, very easy, we're just gonna turn and skip our first stitch, and into the second stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch, and then we are going to slip stitch all the way down the tail. now that we have slip stitched in the last slip stitch from the beginning, we are going to slip stitch into the body the same stitch that we started with. So I like to insert through the same spot and exit where my tail is. And then we are just going to pull up a loop, same as before. And so make a slip stitch through that original place that you had just to reattach the tail to the body. Okay, so now we can go ahead and cut our tail. And pull that through. And all we need to do is take care of these two tails here. So I know this is not how everyone does it, but I like to pull both of them to like one stitch away. And then I'll tie them off right here to give it a bit more anchor inside the body. So I'll just do a little double knot there just to secure it. And then I will pull both tails into the body to hide them. So we'll just pull both of those in neatly so you can't even see them. If you have something like that, you can just poke it inside. And now we have our finished possum. This is a great thing to make for markets because it is so quick and it is a popular favorite, especially if possums are a prevalent animal where you live. And so I really enjoy making this multiple times, and it's a very fun and quick make, especially for new crocheters. Let me know if you have any questions.